Srimad Bhagavatam is described the greatness of a saint. So we'll be focusing on this one little aspect of this verse. It talks about the role of saints in our life. In this section of the Srimad Bhagavatam, the first thing that we see is that the saints are talking to Parikshit Maharaj and telling him, very good. What you're doing is very good. So the primary role of a saint is to encourage. People in this world don't have hope. They need a lot of encouragement. If you actually travel around talking to people, 90% of people in this world are very negative in their thinking. They always feel something is going to go wrong in my life. Somehow the nature of the mind is to always push you towards the negative direction. And somehow the role of a saint, one of the most important roles of a saint, is to give hope, is to give encouragement, and is to give people assurance that don't worry, everything will be okay. And also, in addition, it is mentioned over here, the natural beauty of a living being is enhanced by rising to the platform of devotional service. Seeing this, the sages were very pleased. When someone is practicing spiritual life and someone is trying to advance in one's spiritual life, the role of a saint is to feel happy in their advancement. And more importantly, the role of a saint is to give one the right vision and the right thoughts. Society is directionless. The role of saints is to give direction to society. I'm going to share with you all many stories and many ways of looking at the role of saints in our life. And this particular verse of the Srimad Bhagavatam is glorifying the great sages. If you actually study all the Vedic scriptures, whether it is the Vedas, the Puranas, the Srimad Bhagavatam, the Gita, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, in all our scriptures, you will find saints giving direction to society. Saints giving the right vision to society. Most people, most of us are naturally selfish. Selfishness is very natural in us. But only in the association of saintly people, we learn that it is possible to think selflessly. Only in the association of saintly people, we learn it is possible to think beyond your needs. Think about other people's needs. There was one old man traveling in a train. There was no place to sit in the train. And he was standing for quite some time. And there were many people that were sitting around. After a few stops, one young man got up and told this old man, please take my seat. I'm getting down. The old man told this young man, if this seat is yours, why didn't you take it with you? There is no point in giving me a seat when you can no more use it, isn't it? Usually most people, when they think of giving only when it is useless to them. Think about your own lives. When do you give? Many times we give clothes that are useless to us. Chalo, we'll say we'll give charity, as if we are doing some big favor, Or we give some shoes or anything that is useless to me. That's when I think of giving it away. or even charity for that matter. When I have so much money that I don't have any use of that money, then we'll think, chalo, let me give. A saintly person helps us change the way we look at every aspect of our life. Dasharath Maharaj was reluctant to give away his son, Ram, to Vishwamitra Muni. Vishwamitra Muni came and told Dasharath, give me Ram. And at that time, Ram was 16 years of age. Dasharath was thinking that my son has just become 16. How can I give him away? Most people, when they think of giving something, only when it is useless, then I think of giving it away. That's when Vashishta stepped in. And Vashishta, the role of the guru, the role of the teacher in our life, is to help us develop detachment. Give up our attachments and progress on the path of bhakti. Vashishta inspired Dasharath to give. And then Dasharath, after a long period of time, he said, okay, that too very hesitatingly. Only when Vashishta convinced him that this giving is actually going to be beneficial to you only. He said, you think Ram is going to be safe in Ayodhya? He's going to be more safe with Vishwamitra Muni. Because Vishwamitra Muni has such missiles, such weapons, that if Ram goes with Vishwamitra, he can learn all that and come. Finally, Dasharath found some swartha in it, some personal benefit in it. Then Dasharath said, okay, fine, I'll give. A lot of times, saints, when they inspire us to practice spiritual life, they inspire you to practice spiritual life, telling you that you will benefit. Like many times when we come to the path of Krishna consciousness, in the beginning days, they tell us, if you chant, you'll have more concentration. If you chant, then you'll be able to focus better. If you chant, then Krishna is Lakshmipati. He'll be very pleased with you and he'll give you a lot of money, Whatever. See, saints can use many reasons to make us chant. But after they make us chant and we practice spiritual life seriously and we take up Krishna consciousness seriously, then they tell you this is not the reason you should chant. You should chant to please the Lord. So the saintly people, they have many strategies which is for our benefit only. Initially, we are told gross things because we can understand only gross things. But as we grow in our spiritual lives, we are told subtler things. Because as our brains become more refined, our chetana, our consciousness becomes more refined, we can understand subtler things better. Imagine somebody comes to the path of Krishna consciousness, beginning only you tell, you will not get anything by chanting. You should chant to please Krishna. The flow will run away, isn't it? So sometimes the saintly people might apparently give us material motives, but eventually they lead us towards pure unalloyed devotion.